Hi guys, I'm back. The queen of inconsistency. I know. I'm even past apologizing about it. I just know I need to get better. So let's get into today's video. Molweni guys, welcome to another one. Ndifuna uthetha nani namhlanje about this smallanyana problem, self-doubt, negative thinking, backhanded jokes about self, those kind of things. And I know that it's a trap that I've fallen into a lot of the time, like quite often actually, and yazba ivelaphi. And I think it's common, something that you pick up because, like I say, it's so common. A lot of people do it all the time. People make jokes about themselves. And too, it's good to know how to laugh about yourself or laugh at yourself, blah, blah, blah. But like I keep saying, words have power, right? Let me just adjust this. Yeah. Go da. Ah, go da. Oh, my go da. Hey, bo. Who is the clown, guys? The clown is me. I am the clown. Okay. Yeah, so like I was saying, you're taught to know how to take a joke, make fun of yourself, yada yada, all of that. But words have power. And I'm fully aware of this now. Words have so much power. So I've taken the conscious decision to be more aware of the things that I'm saying to myself. To be more aware of the things that I'm saying to other people about myself, regardless of what the context may be. And I realize, I know, and it's something that a lot of people go through, that there's always the fear of failure. There's always the fear of the unknown, right? It's a given. I'll start by saying there's no need, babes. There's no need for any of that. Truly, if you sit down, and this is where I'm at in my life right now, is that whenever I fear something or I shy away from doing something or just get intense anxiety, stress about something, I'll ask myself, what is the reason? What is the reason? And what's the worst case scenario? And oftentimes I realize, well, there is no real reason. And the worst case scenario is probably, something really minuscule, like I'll make a mistake. And isn't that what life is about? In life, you need to make mistakes in order to know how to get better. There's no way you'll do something and get it right first time round. All the time? Ayikho into enjalo, babes. So I've started writing down, I've started doing a lot of scripting, putting all my intentions on paper, all of the things that I want to do, all the things that I'm currently doing, just to see how can I do it better. Because once you have something in writing in front of you and you see, well, okay, this is what I'm currently doing, and you think about it, the motions you go through when you're doing this. Something as simple as going to work and having a full day. What kind of energy are you putting into your day? And what are the kind of things that can upset you or throw you off, Because as much as I've been putting a lot of energy into being a better person, into thinking more positive thoughts, into rebuking negative energy, I find that as much as I'm on this, I have this great momentum and I'm really happy all of the time, because guys, I have a very blessed life. Let's not understate that. My life is very, very blessed. My life is so easy. My life is so comfortable. And I don't feel there's anything extraordinary that I've done for God to put me in the position that I'm in right now. But the point is that I deserve it. I deserve nice things. I deserve comfort. I deserve, Sanjo, all the goodness, babes. Because God said so. So it's important that when you're in this position, don't allow anything to disturb you. Focus. The girl is focused. Nothing can disturb the girl. Right? This is the mantra. And you listen to the words, nothing can disturb the girl. Right? But what I'm realizing, right, is that the girl is easily disturbed, I can be irritable, I can be upset quite easily over the smallest inconvenience. Like, I think maybe I'm a bit of a, queen, a bit of a brat. When the smallest thing inconveniences me, I'm just like, oh my God, like, everybody die. Or in the case of anxiety and just like mild depression, like where you really don't feel good about yourself. On a serious note now, it's important to evaluate the situation in its entirety. And I mean, this might seem like a very obvious thing to a lot of people, but guys, there are lots of people who don't have very good coping mechanisms with things like disappointment, heartbreak, grief. There is no single formula that works, but I'll just share with you what I do to make myself feel better, what I do to make myself cope. Because like I say, I have this great momentum of positive energy flowing in my life. And goodness comes from goodness, right? So only good things can keep coming my way if I remain on this high vibration. I can only get higher and higher and higher and higher, which means good stuff will continue coming to me. Whereas if I allow the girl to be disturbed, then the opposite happens. So it is your responsibility to actively put yourself in a space of positive thinking, regardless of what the situation may be, right? There are lots of situations that you do not have any control over, but you have control over your feelings. And I feel like these are words that we're hearing all of the time. If you're on social media, or at least have access to internet or books or whatever, you always hear these positive affirmations all the time, all over the place. And people don't realize the power of those words, that quite literally, if you vibrate higher, more goodness will come to you. Quite literally, life is what you make it. Quite literally, all you need is a smallanyana faith, the faith of a mustard seed, to move mountains. This is just the truth. And it all sounds very whimsical. It all sounds very poetic and kind of nice to say and whatnot. But these words are the actual truth, right? And it's important to, when you read these texts, also understand. And okay, fine, it's not for me to sit here and tell you what to do and what not to do. But I am a living testament of how thinking positively and putting effort and investing in my own happiness has put me in the position that I'm in right now. And as much as I can say, I didn't really do much, the point is that what I am doing, thinking positively, having faith, believing in myself, believing in the universe, and it constantly working in my favor, conspiring in my favor, that is the work. I think people need to get out of this struggle mentality that, for goodness to come to you, you need to first struggle and struggle. People love poverty porn or struggle porn. But ekhaya sasilala singatyanga, umama wam ntontoni waswele kutata, kwathini umalume wayendibetha. I'm not minimizing those things at all. Those things are all valid because that is your truth. But that was then, babes. What are you doing now? What are you doing today to make sure that your life continues getting better, right? And then, okay, I won't roast or come for people who try to make you feel bad because your life has not been one of struggle. I've not lived a life of struggle at all, babes. And I've got no intention of living a life of struggle. Struggle is not in my horizon, not by any means. And a lot of people will put that down to the fact that, I come from a family that's, well off. That's not it. The point is that generationally, I come from a place where my family were vibrating higher. My family taught each other the skills of thinking positively, of putting in the work, of working smart, of, just always having faith and always believing in yourself. From the day I was born, my parents have been feeding me, especially my mom, with positive affirmations. And I feel like that is a big part of why I am who I am and where I am right now. And the only way at this point is forward and upwards. Now, I'll give you 3 things that I do to make sure that I'm on track. Yes, guys, you will have bad days. I'm not saying these 3 things are going to keep you from having bad days or bad moments or, from things going wrong. But I will say that it's what has been working for me. Number 1, I do a lot of scripting. I script all of the time. Okay, excuse the bougie words, but literally just writing things down. I keep journals, so I have different journals for different things. It doesn't matter. You can have one journal for a million things. It doesn't matter. The point is that when you have something in front of you and you can read it, you're able to be more accountable. You're able to come up with creative ideas of how to make your current experience even better, right? I'll write what I'm grateful for. I'll write what I aspire to, and I will never dwell on the past because I feel like the past has already happened, you guys. There's nothing you can do. Have you ever had that moment where you think back on things that have happened and you're like, ooh, I should have done this, or can't believe I didn't do that. Babes, it doesn't matter. You lost out on that opportunity. Next! So I do a lot of scripting. Number 2, I listen to a lot of positive affirmations, either podcasts or videos on YouTube. This is something that I feel is definitely worth investing in, you guys. I know data can be a bit pricey or whatever, but this is you working on making yourself the best version of yourself. So do it, get the data, make sure that you're listening to as much positive things as possible and repeating them. There's certain things that you need to repeat so that you get it, because the first time you listen to it, you might only get this. The second time you listen, you might get another thing. Third time, so make it a continuous thing, And number 3, and most importantly, I have actively started cutting away all of the dead weight in my life. That is people who, lower my vibration, people who make me feel bad, right? And yes, it's entirely up to me how I feel about things that are happening in my life, yada yada, blah 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 blah. But what I'm saying is that if so and so is doing things that have you thinking a certain way, which doesn't feed into your bigger, better self, that person needs to the left. That person you need to let go of that person because they're no longer serving you. They're not serving the purpose of helping you morph, constantly transition into a bigger, better you. So yes, dead weight, get rid of it. People who make you feel bad, situations that make you feel bad. So yes, a lot of friends and lovers, family members. Suka endleleni, babes. Suka endleleni yandiphazamisa. You don't need those people. And it will take time because you love these people. You've invested so much time and all of these emotions in the relationships that you have with these people, but you do not need them. Okay? Another situation that isn't really working for me is alcohol. Guys, I love alcohol. Please don't ngiyabuthanda utywala. But alcohol apparently doesn't love me. When I drink, I forget. Okay, that's excessive drinking, I guess. But I don't know whether maybe it's just the alcohol here in China, actually. Because I really don't want to let go of the liquor, man. Umnandi, Sabawe. But yeah, it makes me physically sick, actually, what's happening now. And I don't know whether because the girl is growing, the girl is within the 30s, or if, hey man, time's up. I don't know, but it makes me sick. I either get a headache or like my stomach becomes, so yeah. And if I have like a lot to drink, I end up forgetting, and I don't enjoy that at all. Hearing from my friends that, hey, we did this and we did that, and I don't recall what the fuck happened. Luckily for me, I have good friends who don't let me fuck up too badly. But the point is that I shouldn't have to rely on other people, in order to make sound decisions for myself. Okay, sun's out, which is good. Yeah, like situations and people and the conversations you have with yourself about yourself in your private space. Very, very important to constantly be aware. So those are the three things that I do to keep myself level, and always vibrating higher. And also just loving myself. Like, guys, dimhle, guys. Furthermore, I'm clever. I'm a very intelligent person. And I enjoy myself, like by myself. I enjoy my own company. I don't have a problem with me. I'm beautiful. I'm smart. I'm always trying to contribute positively towards other people's lives, and I'm working on myself. Like I say, there are moments of self-doubt. There are moments of slight anxiety. There are moments of slight depression. And this is just what comes with life. Like, all the bad things that happen to us are the flavor of life. Imagine how boring life would be if we were constantly happy all the time. You wouldn't even know you're happy because this is just a constant state, Whereas everything is relative. You need the good and the bad to realize, is this a good day or is this a bad day? Does this taste nice or is it trash food? You need to have bad moments in order to savor all the good moments, Yes, so I've made my peace with that. Like, all of the tragedies of life are necessary in order for us to be able to relish all of the goodness that comes with life. And guys, there is so much goodness in women. Khona abantu who choose to be negative, and the people who enjoy, they don't realize that they actually really enjoy being negative, being in negative spaces. It's what fuels them. And there's nothing you can do to change those people, but there's a lot that you can do to work on yourself. And I encourage everybody to do it. Like, I went through a bad period in my life that I just didn't know how I was going to get out of. I felt really, really stuck. Like how a hamster will be running on that wheel. Bitch, you're not going anywhere. You're literally stagnated in one position, but you are tired because you try so hard and nothing comes from it. And then one day, God just changed my situation completely. So if it can happen to me, it can happen to you, it can happen to anyone. Stay ready, guys. Stay ready for your life. Stay ready for all the goodness that you deserve. Stay ready all the time to receive it, because we always praying. We're always praying for this, that, and the next thing. But are you ready for it? Are you? So think about that one. So guys, yeah, please share with me what you do to make yourself feel good, keep yourself level, and constantly trying to vibrate higher. So I'm really interested in hearing from you. Hopefully I'll get some pointers from you too. Thank you for watching my video.